Hello from San Antonio, this is Siren Tarot. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Messages from aliens. There are so many videos on messages from ancestors, messages from spirit, messages from your higher self, messages from angels, but I've not seen a Pick a Card reading on messages from aliens, so here we go. This reading is timeless. Time does not exist. It is a construction of the 3D. There are 3 different piles to choose from. Pile 1, this angel singing "All is Calm." Pile 2, this congenial kitty cat. And pile 3, Raggedy Ann offering sugar cookies, freshly baked sugar cookies. Take a deep breath and pick your pile. If you chose pile 1, the angel, here is your reading. We have Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Pentacles, 2001, a space odyssey, an epic drama of adventure and exploration. The NASA playing card deck. Six of Diamonds, Six of Pentacles. NGC 6388, a globular cluster about 40,000 light years from Earth. 9 of Spades, 9 of Swords, ESO 137-001. This galaxy plunges through the Norma galaxy cluster. Queen of Clubs, Queen of Wands, PSR, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to say all that. That's really boring. I don't know why scientists make their classifications alternating letters and numbers. That's really dull. A pulsar located about 1,600 light years from Earth. Okay. The Zoltun Mayan Tarot deck. Ace of Swords. Mars, Aries. As I so often say, when the Ace of Swords shows up, you can really rely on this information. And here we have 2 aces. This communication is very truthful and it's very down to earth, which is funny because these are messages from aliens. They're coming down to earth. That's where we live. The King of Cups. And this message is very loving, so that's good. The Knight of Wands. God, I've got all this phlegm in my throat. I am so done with the 3D experience in San Antonio, Texas. The allergies, waking up with phlegm in my throat, and my eyes are all watery. I am in the process of manifesting a move to Las Vegas, Nevada. I love the desert. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico for years before moving to Texas in 2007 after my son was born. Bow Tarot, this is one of the mini decks that I have designed using Canva. It's available at makeplayingcards.com. The link is included in each and every description box. I have 2 new decks, Intuitive Stab Tarot and an Oracle deck called Que Paso. I'm eagerly awaiting the arrival of these 2 new decks so I can use them on the channel. King of Cups again. This is very loving. The Star. La Estrella. Strength. So we have the Aquarius-Leo axis, the most creative axis in Western astrology. Okay, this is what the aliens want to tell you. And I don't know what kind of aliens these are. I don't know where they're coming from. All I know is that they are benevolent and loving. This is a very kind message. Stop worrying so much. Stop worrying about the perceived lack in your life. There is no lack. Lack is an illusion. You are surrounded by abundance. You are surrounded by love. You are adored. You're trustworthy. You have integrity. You're kind to other people. You need to extend that kindness to yourself. All the love you give away, you're very generous. Keep some love for yourself. You are worthy. You deserve this love. Claim this love. Claim this abundance. Don't worry about other people, their opinions, their judgments. You're doing fine. You don't have anything to worry about. You should not be grappling with any amount of guilt or shame. Guilt and shame are useless. They are not fuel that we can use. They're not sources of energy. Guilt and shame will keep you mired in self-loathing and lack of activity. We all do things that we regret, but we're not going to improve anything by beating ourselves up, by wallowing in self-loathing. We can't change what has been done. So be married to now. You can be mired in the past. You can be anxious about the future, or you can be blissfully married to now. Presence, mindfulness, the power of now, Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle is one of our messengers. He knows what's up. Okay. Don't focus so much on the outer. Focus on the inner. Go in deep and ask yourself a very basic question, but it seems to elude most people. What can I do right now that would make me blissful beyond belief? What would raise my vibration to the sky? It can be silly. It can be going bowling. It can be hula hooping, dancing to a playlist. It can be playing in water. When I was a kid, in the 70s, we would run through the sprinklers, play with the water hose in the backyard. Put on a bathing suit, or hell, get crazy, get naked, and play in water. Splash around in water. Do whatever it takes to feed yourself, to nurture your soul. If it feels really fucking good, go in that direction. If it feels like shit, avoid that direction. If you go on social media and you find yourself envying other people, comparing yourself to other people, if you go to social media and you wonder why a certain person is not responding to you, they're not paying attention, they're not contacting you, avoid that. That's 9 of Swords. Get out of the 9 of Swords. This is very creative. The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, Strength, Leo, this is all fire. You could have strong fire in your natal chart, or you could have a lack of fire. But it's like I say a lot at my channel and with clients, we're all creative. The creative urge may be repressed. And no, we're not all going to be Picasso or Beethoven or Tupac or Machine Gun Kelly, and that's a very good thing. Not a fan of the guy, but a lot of people are. He's quite compensated for his creative output. We can't all be Stephen King, Anne Rice, whatever. We're all creative. And it's been my experience that doing something creative is one of the fastest ways to raise your vibration. It can be creating a piece of art, writing a song, recording a song, writing in a manifestation journal. That's a good place to start. Writing a novel, writing a collection of short stories, writing a collection of poetry. That is high vibration. Your mind is your greatest resource. Go in deep and figure out what can you do to make yourself happy in this moment. You can get a box of crayons. Go crazy with a box of crayons. Go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, go on Amazon, go to Walmart, whatever. Get some acrylic paints. Get a package of canvases. You can get a package of 2 canvases for about $6, depending on the size that you get. Get some brushes and just go to town. Feed your soul. Okay, dice. Five. That is Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini. You could have strong Gemini and Virgo in your natal chart. If you have a lot of Gemini and Virgo, or if you have a Mercury that makes a fuck ton of aspects, there is a tendency to get stuck in the 9 of Swords, to overthink, to overanalyze, to overworry. 3 is Jupiter Sagittarius, which is the opposite of Mercury, Gemini. It's the highest vibration. Liberation. Not caring about what other people think, just pimping your own ride, doing your own thing. 4, Aquarius. 1, Leo. So again, we have the most creative access in Western astrology. Aquarius and Leo. Create. Create, vibrate. Ray. Dre. Dr. Dre is an Aquarian. Been there, done that. Dr. Dre. You have paid your dues. You've crossed your T's, you've dotted your I's. Now have some fun. AI. You probably have a higher than average IQ. You love to read. You're very intellectually curious. You have gorgeous eyes. Your eyes really stand out. Okay. Daisy. Queer. Daisy. You could be on the LGBTQI spectrum. Is that how you say it? The spectrum? I don't know. LGBTQI. Doe, a deer. A female deer. Well, the truth is, I think we're all on the spectrum. I think we all can identify with LGBTQI. That may be a really controversial comment, but I don't think that anyone is totally heterosexual. That just seems really limited to me. But I do have Venus in Aquarius, so. You could be disabled. This keeps coming back. Life is like a corn dog. I don't know why, it just is. I don't know why there's not a corn dog emoji. The Empress. You have inner and outer beauty, and you are majestic. We have the hen and the rooster. We have a blue monkey, for what it's worth. And we have Leo. And we have a toilet. I got this pendant at eBay years ago. Because I wrote a novel, the first novel that I wrote for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, in November 2005 is Nova's Gone Potty. It's magic realism. This chick, Nova, who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, she spends so much time on the toilet because she does struggle with chronic constipation that her toilet starts talking to her in Ozzy Osbourne's voice. So, Nova's Gone Potty. It is available at Amazon. That's what I have for pile one. I hope that resonates. I hope that helps. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Check out my numerous playlists, muchas gracias. The consonants go in the Dia de los Muertos Calavera mug that I got at Planet K. That's a consonant. Yes, D is a consonant. Q is a consonant. These are vowels. They go in the Holy Grail. Okay. Yes. Oops. Oops. And if you chose the congenial kitty cat, pile 2, here's your reading. 4 of spades, 4 of swords, star, crystal. In the year, I need new glasses, in the year 2035, scientists discovered a new life form. They wish they hadn't. That's really ominous. Okay. NASA. Que paso? What do the aliens want to say today? Five of spades, 5 of swords, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A massive galaxy cluster located about 10 billion light years from Earth. How do we even know about it if it's that far away? Technology astounds me. You know, you hear in textbook astrology, oh, Aquarians are all about technology. Aquarians love computers. That's complete and total bullshit. I've got Venus and Sun in Aquarius, and I am very technologically challenged. So I don't really like technology that much. I'm not all about it. I'm very old school. I like getting out in nature. I like doing creative stuff. That's very Pisces. I do have Mercury in Pisces. But that's why you can't go by textbook astrology. You have to do a deep dive, and you have to connect all the dots, and you have to go beyond the sun, the moon, and the ascendant if you're really interested. 8 of spades, 8 of swords, galactic center, the core of the Milky Way at a distance of some 26,000 light years from Earth. 6 of spades, 6 of swords. All these swords, are you kidding me? It's all swords so far. Supernova, 1987A, the remnant of an exploded star in the Large Magellanic Cloud, 160,000 light years from Earth. That just blows my mind. My favorite tarot deck on the planet, the Zoltun Mayan tarot deck. Tell me something good. I made a t-shirt at Redbubble, and it's just text. Tell me something good. It's not just a t-shirt. I mean, there's all kinds of products at Redbubble. T-shirts, hoodies, leggings, backpacks, shower curtains, wall art, metal print, canvas, acrylic block, clock, apron, jigsaw puzzle. It's crazy. I have over 1,000 designs uploaded at Redbubble. What are you? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's confusing because with this tarot deck, they have 2 20s. 1 20, which is Judgment in the Rider-Waite, is planet Venus. It has this dragon or this serpent. This is something else. And I should know, but I don't. I'm going to have to go look at the book. It doesn't come with the book. I had to buy the book separately. This is an old deck. This was, well, it's a reprint, obviously, but it was made in, I think, the 60s or 70s. But I'll just do an intuitive interpretation of the card and go beyond whatever it says in the book. I don't really pay attention to the books anyway. So I associate this card with Uranus. You hear various pronunciations. Uranus, I say Uranus. And I can, because I'm an Aquarian. A big surprise, kind of like the Tower. I'm seeing that as like a Tower card, but definitely Uranus. Something shocking, and that is the Chariot. 3 of Jades. The Jades are Pentacles. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but that is Mercury. No disrespect to the Mayans, but I don't know all of this stuff. I just love the imagery. I just love the deck. Okay. one of the mini decks that I made using Canva, available at makeplaincards.com, Bow Tarot. I'll do a good hard shuffle. Uno mas. Bueno. Page of Cups. King of Wands. Two of Swords. What would the aliens tell you? Get out of your head. Similar to pile one, get out of your head. You're overthinking, you're worrying, you're indulging in fear-based thinking. You're thinking you're not good enough. You're thinking you have nothing of value to contribute, and that's complete and total bullshit. You are extremely intelligent, but you're cock-blocking yourself out of a good time. You're disinviting yourself from the party. Now, on planet Earth, when people say party, they think, okay, loud music, trashy food, drugs, maybe alcohol, video games. I don't know. Do people have video game parties? You get together and you play video games? I have no idea. I don't go to parties. But invite yourself to the party. Participate in life on planet Earth. And how can you do that? What kind of party are we talking about here? What I'm seeing is the party of being in a really intense dialogue with another person. I don't mean sexting. I mean like a creative collaboration, writing a book together, making music together, manifesting someone into your life who is like-minded, someone that you can really communicate with on multiple levels. It's always been a fantasy of mine to get close to a romantic partner and have mental telepathy. I've never really experienced that. I've been married and divorced twice. I've had numerous lovers and relationships, so that may not be available to me, but I'm very hungry for it because I have Mercury and Pisces in the 7th house. You could have something similar. You could have Mercury in Gemini in the 12th house, and you're hungry for a deeper connection with another human being where there is mental telepathy, and you finish each other's sentences, and you seem like you're from the same soul tribe. You're hungry for that. You're very dissatisfied with your current reality, your current 3D experience. How do you get out of the 3D? How do you go into the 4D, the 5D? How do you get into a high vibration? You take excellent fucking care of yourself. You're very, very clear with your boundaries. If something does not serve, it's not allowed in. If there's someone you don't really enjoy talking to, but you feel obligated, you're well within your rights to walk away from that relationship. It can be a family member. There could be a parent or a sibling, and you don't feel good communicating with that person. Well, just stop. You may feel like you're trapped in some kind of contractual obligation. You have to be more selfish. That's what I'm getting. Be more selfish with your time. Spend time doing something that really turns you on, that really lights up your brain, that sets your soul on fire. Maybe you're scared of taking a risk. Maybe you've been stuck in a joyless job for years and it's safe. You know, the job keeps the lights on. It keeps the biscuits and bacon on the table, whatever, but it's not feeding your soul. Looking beyond the cards, I mean, we do have 3 of Pentacles. What I'm getting is maybe starting a business, maybe writing a manuscript and getting it published. Taking a risk, basically. Taking a risk. Brainstorming. If you're feeling blocked, just sit down and write and write and write until it starts to flow. You can go from one thing to the other to get the flow going in another thing. Like, for example, I'm trying to write a novel that I've been brainstorming for years, or I had the brainstorm years ago and I've not written the rough draft. So when I'm feeling blocked with my writing, I go to my art book. It's just this SEO workbook, very boring, with black and white illustrations, and I've made a collage out of every page. I've got about 50 pages left. Using Scotch tape. I've spent a small fortune on Scotch tape. Fingernail polish, acrylic paint, Sharpies, markers, magazine cutouts. I spent a small fortune at eBay getting a green stamp catalog from the 70s, getting old magazines from the 70s, and that feeds my soul. That puts me in a high vibration. So doing the art, that gets me in the creative modes. I can go and work on my book, which I still need to work on, but the art book's almost finished, so. And I make creative videos for my other channels. You know, nonsense, total nonsense that most people don't really understand or like, but that's okay because I'm not trying to please anyone and my other channels are not monetized. It's purely for myself. That's it for pile 2. What is purely for yourself? What is going to feel good to you? And it's not an obligation, and it's not boring, and it's not mundane. Get crazy. Go out on a limb. Take a risk. And if you are interested in manifesting a romantic sexual relationship, if it's been a bit of a dry spell, you're in between relationships, whatever, this could be the key. You could possibly be needing to manifest someone who has the fire that you lack, because I feel like you've got a lot of air in your natal chart. Someone who has fire and water is going to complement you. You could have air and earth. That's what I have in my chart. It's very earth dense and air heavy. I've got a lot of Aquarius, Virgo, and Capricorn in my chart. And you could have something similar. So this could be the key to your happiness. This could be your best partnership. Someone who has fire and water. They could be a Leo Cancer blend. One example of many. Okay, the dice. Six, Venus, 2 6s, interesting. You're in your head a lot. You're not really finding satisfaction in sensual pleasures. Taking a hot bubble bath by candlelight, getting out in nature, exploring, getting out of your head. And that can fuel your creativity. When you do something that's not mundane, something out of the ordinary, go outside and look at the moon. This is a timeless reading, but as I make this, as I upload this, the moon is waxing gibbous. We're coming up on the full moon in Aquarius on Friday, the 23rd, July 23rd. So indulge, make some green tea, have green tea and peanut M&Ms. That's what I'll be doing later. It's 11:17 a.m. in San Antonio. I'm going to make green tea and have green tea with peanut M&Ms. And I don't like the blue, I don't like the brown, I don't like the red. So I made a Ziploc bag and I just put green orange, and yellow peanut M&Ms. To me, that's high vibration. Those are the colors that I vibrate with. So green, that's the heart chakra. Yellow, Leo, solar plexus. And orange is the sacral, sex. So sex is always available. Sex is easy, but I feel like you're wanting a deeper love. You're wanting to connect with someone on multiple levels. 2 is Cancer, the moon, and 4 is Aquarius, and we have another 6. So we have 3 sixes, 666. Venus, very interesting. A cup of consonants. And a cup of vowels. That's way too many. You may have to take a pill to sleep. If so, I feel ya. I take melatonin, the gummy, chewable melatonin, every night. Sometimes I take Tylenol PM. Sometimes I take Benadryl because the allergies are a bitch in San Antonio. Quell. Opal. Venus, opal. Opal is the birthstone for Libra. Well, it's the October birthstone. It can be for Libra and Scorpio. If you're a Scorpio born in October, late October. Quell, opal. Tea. Tea, perhaps playing golf would benefit you. Yes, we have Paul. Okay, so now I'm going to do the charms. We have Freddy Fazbear. Maybe you like to sing karaoke. Maybe you like to eat pizza. Maybe you like to build animatronics. Maybe you were born in the year of the horse. My mom was born in the year of the horse, 1954, and I'm allergic to horses. Really weird for a native Texan to be allergic to, well, I'm allergic to livestock. I go to a rodeo, and it's not a good time for me. When I last went to a rodeo in 1999, I was working for the Bridgeport Index, this small town weekly newspaper, the town where I was born, Bridgeport, Texas. Anyway, I had to go to the rodeo and write about the rodeo and take pictures, and I had to go out to my car and take Benadryl. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands, we have the Sun, strong Leo vibes for pile 2, and Aquarius, 4 of Swords, 6 of Cups. You may be hungering for a soulmate experience. You can absolutely manifest a soulmate, and one of the quickest ways to manifest a soulmate is by being intensely creative. Just going in, not focusing on the outer stuff, not focusing on the noise around you, but writing a book, doing a series of paintings, whatever. the crab, Cancer. The cowboy, I guess he's a cowboy. He's got a hat, he's on a horse, from Monopoly. And the thimble, you could also do some sewing projects. You could make a quilt. My paternal grandmother made quilts, and my maternal grandfather's mom, she made quilts. I've always wanted to make a quilt, but I never have. This is my favorite token from Monopoly, the wheelbarrow. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. One of the few poems I have memorized by William Carlos Williams. Ten of Swords. You could be going through a really difficult time right now. You could be grieving the loss of a relationship. You could be going through a divorce. The Tower. Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles. You could be talking to someone, but it feels really minimal, like you're not on the same page. There's not much in common. Nine of Swords. You could be overthinking a very minimal connection. If that resonates at all, I would say let it go. That's not for you. That person's not for you. This hand is holding up 4 aces. This is a milagro, a Mexican charm. And what is it? Well, it looks to me like a turkey. It could be a peacock, perhaps. And this is from the 80s, this group of 80s charms. That's a high top sneaker Converse. I had a pair of pink Converses when I was 15. I loved those shoes. I have some purple Converses in the closet. I've not worn those in years. And then we have a Calavera, Scorpio. So that's what I have for pile 2. If that resonates at all, feel free to let me know. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, check out my numerous playlists. Muchas gracias. And if you chose Raggedy Ann with the heart-shaped sugar cookies, they could be peanut butter, actually, looking at them more closely. Sugar cookies. They're heart-shaped cookies. So this is pile 3. 10 of Clubs, 10 of Wands, the day of the Triffids. Beware the Triffids. They grow and kill. They're referenced in that Rocky Horror Picture Show song. Science fiction double feature. Okay. So we've got the NASA playing cards. Four of Wands. King of Swords. Nine of Wands. My favorite tarot deck on the planet, the Zoltun Mayan tarot deck. One is the Magician, 2 is the High Priestess, 3 is the Empress. 3 of Cups. 10 of Jades. The Jades are Pentacles. One of the many decks that I've designed using Canva, available at makeplayingcards.com. Link is included in each and every description box. The Bow Tarot. Two of Pentacles. The High Priestess. 10 of Swords. You're going to have to let go of these 3D status quo delusions. The old ways no longer serve. We're not in that place on planet Earth anymore. That place that was popular, for example, in America, that's where I live, in America in the 50s. Father knows best, leave it to Beaver. There's a white dad and there's a white mom, and they have 2 sons, or maybe they have 3 kids. Maybe they have 2 girls, 2 boys. I don't know. But they have the house, they have the kids, they have the connect the dots, color by numbers life, and they have the milk delivered in glass bottles. That world doesn't exist anymore. It hasn't existed for a very, very long time, but people are still holding on to that. People are still stuck in that. Oh, to be happy, I have to go to college. I have to get a sensible degree. I have to be an accountant or an attorney or a doctor, or I have to be, I don't know, a tennis instructor, a physical therapist, an occupational therapist. I have to get a job that pays the bills. And I have to marry someone who believes like I believe. We believe in the same God. We worship the same God. We have the same religion. And we're going to have 2 kids by this time. And there's a linear timeline, and you're members of the country club, and you live in a gated subdivision. You could be stuck in that. If you are stuck in that, get out of it. That's what the aliens want to tell you. Get out of that. There's this brave new world where there's no connecting the dots. There's not a linear progression from cradle to grave where you say, okay, I'm going to college, and now I'm getting married, and now I'm having kids, and I'm going to have this house. Think outside the box. What really feeds your soul? What really makes you happy? What really puts you in a high vibration? If you're having anxiety because your life doesn't look that great on Facebook, you're not going to Hawaii every summer, you're not with the quote-unquote perfect person, you're not with your ideal person, you're not with your so-called soulmate or whatever, if you're comparing yourself to other people, that's the quickest way to get into a low vibration and stay there. So stop looking around. Don't be concerned with status quo. Don't be concerned with the linear progression. Don't be obsessive in your thinking. Don't feel like you have to have someone in your life at all times. You could struggle with codependency, perhaps. Break out. Be independent. Be your own thinker. Be crazy. There's that Jimi Hendrix quote. You got to go on and be crazy. Craziness is like heaven. As someone who has Venus and Aquarius and Gemini. Venus and Aquarius? I have Venus and Aquarius and Gemini. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm thinking on different levels. I'm not thinking at all. I need my green tea and peanut M&Ms. It's 11:30 a.m. in San Antonio, but time doesn't exist. My brain does not exist. As someone who has Venus and Sun in Aquarius, I can really relate to that Jimi Hendrix quote. Jimi Hendrix was a Sagittarius. I think he was a double Sag. Not sure. I need to go back and check his chart. I think he had Sun and Moon in Sagittarius. But he was not from this planet. He was here for a short while. He lit up this planet with his beauty, his majesty, his talent, his genius, and then he was gone. I don't really have any knowledge of the star seeds, the different kinds of star seeds. Before I made this video, I was Googling the different kinds of star seeds and watching a couple of videos, but they were really boring, and so I didn't watch the whole thing. But apparently there's all kinds of star seeds. There's the Pleiadians, there's the Draconians that are like lizards and reptiles, the Arcturians, I don't know. But these aliens, whatever they are, whatever they come from, wherever they come from, they're telling you to go on and be crazy like Jimi Hendrix. When he set his guitar on fire on stage at Monterey Pop, these kids in the audience, their minds were blown. He's setting a guitar on fire. That had never been done before, apparently. I think he was the first. I think he was the pioneer of burning the guitar on stage. Anyway, I got that album, Jimi Hendrix Live. I got that album for my Leo ex for Father's Day. And we were listening to it while we had breakfast with our son, our double Scorpio son, and he didn't get it. The song is not that good. He was doing his rendition of Wild Thing, and I was just swooning over my bacon and coffee. Oh my God, that is so fucking good. I wish I'd been there. My son, I don't get it. It's not that good. So, maybe you want to learn how to play the guitar. I've had this pink electric guitar and this amp for years, and I've still not learned how to play a single fucking chord. But you have to really practice, and you have to really want it. And I've got so much else going on. I'm trying to write a novel. I'm doing my art. I'm doing the channel. I'm reading for clients. You have to really want it. You have to chase after it. And you could have the natural ability. I don't have a natural musical ability at all. My ex-brother-in-law, he could pick up any guitar, and I would say, okay, play Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin. He would just bust it out. He could play by ear. He had the natural talent. So, play the music, write the book, put blinders on, just focus on pimping your own ride, doing your own thing. Don't look over here at what Sally and Cougar are doing, or Sally and Cougar, that's a fictional couple that I've made up years ago. I still tell my son these stories, Cougar and Sally stories, this fictional redneck couple. So, yeah, don't look at Cougar and Sally or Mick and Mallory. Mick and Mallory, weren't they that couple from Natural Born Killers, Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers? Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis. Woody Harrelson, I'm pretty sure he's a Leo. Juliette Lewis is a Gemini. Anyway, maybe your passion is to make movies. That's a passion that I've had since I was a kid. One of my original dreams was to go to UCLA Film School. And I love when I get the comments, don't talk about yourself so much, just interpret the cards. I'm talking about messages from aliens, so I have to talk about myself. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. So I have other channels that are not monetized, hardly no subscribers whatsoever at these other channels. And I just make these little short films. People would not even call them films. But, I mean, I like David Lynch. I like Twin Peaks. I like Eraserhead. A lot of people don't like Eraserhead, but I love Eraserhead. So I'm weird. I'm an Aquarian. Be weird. Enjoy your life. Have conversations with your higher self. These are probably better conversations than you have with most people on social media or in your friends group. Just from my experience, those conversations tend to be really boring. Someone thinks they know you based on your pictures or whatever, and you start talking and there's nothing really to talk about. And so why stay in that? I mean, if it's not satisfying, it's not satisfying. Move on. Maybe you're hung up on someone and it's just not coming together in the so-called 3D. The communication's not satisfying, and you're hung up on the idea of marrying this person or marrying anyone. 4 of Wands, 10 of Jades, 10 of Pentacles. Get out of that. Do the work. The work never ends. The work that we do on ourselves while we're down here on this planet, that work never ends. But have fun with it. Yeah, have fun with it. Okay, the dice. Three, the highest vibration, Jupiter Sagittarius, Jimi Hendrix singing and playing Wild Thing at Monterey Pop, setting his guitar on fire. What else? Sagittarius. My double Sagittarius maternal grandfather, I called him Pop. His name was Bob Ferrier. Pop saying, let's get this show on the road. He loved getting in his truck and going to cattle auctions. He had cattle. He had some land. Let's get this show on the road. Going to Vegas, going to Oklahoma, going to Louisiana, going to the casinos, playing the slots. He loved playing the slots. That is so Sagittarius. 2, Cancer, the moon. 5 is Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. 1 is Leo, the sun. 5, another 5. 6, Venus. 8, Capricorn, Saturn. Do the work, but have fun with it. Yeah. Consonants. Oh, do we have sex? Well, not yet. We got to get some vowels. J.R. Ewing. And I have fun trying to figure out what fictional characters are. The actor, Larry Hagman, who played J.R. Ewing, I'm pretty sure he was a Virgo, but I see J.R. as a total Capricorn. Total Capricorn. Okay. Yes, we have sex. If sex isn't fun, don't have it. Just don't. If it's not high vibration, no. Sex should never be a contractual obligation. Sex should never be joyless, ever. Australia. I'm very emphatic about sex being good and being fun and being high vibration, and it begins before you even get in bed. It starts in the mind. You know, the best sex is a meeting of the minds. You just flow in all ways. Your conversation flows. You get each other. You love each other's brains. But that's, I guess, the Venus and Sun in Aquarius. I'm a sapiosexual. Hope. Hope is a rope. Don't hope for anything. Just be where and who you are right now and roll with that. Don't future trip. Pho. Go eat some pho. Pho is high vibration. And if you're worried thinking that someone has put a hex on you, the hex only works if you believe it works. That's why I can't stand seeing these workers at YouTube who do black magic spells for people and all that bullshit. It only works if you think it works. So unhex yourself. The power of the mind is mighty. Tap into it. What else? The charms. They make the money doing the spells for people. They are bringing in the big bucks, I tell you. But I don't want to make my money that way. I just don't. If you're fucking with someone else's will, that's dark. And I don't fuck with the dark stuff. I have done love spells before, but the spells that I do, I'm focusing on my success, my life, my manifestations. I'm not factoring anyone else into my stuff. Okay. So we got Scorpio. We got the lucky horseshoe, Milagro, Jupiter. Maybe you're on the TV. Maybe you're a star. Maybe you're an influencer. Maybe you have your own YouTube channel. Leo, the lion. Andy Warhol was a Leo. And we have the soldier. You could be fighting for agency, fighting for independence, financial independence. And this is a very angry dog. A dog beast, a beast dog. I wouldn't want to meet this dog. I had this quote. So I have this thing called Ebulance Press. That's what I call my Redbubble storefront, and my self-published books at Lulu, it's Ebulance Press. And I said years ago, you've got to hold on to your ebulance like a junkyard dog. You got to hold on to your joy, your high vibration, and let no motherfucker take that from you. This is a lot of cards. I'm going to have to refine this method. Page of Swords, communication. 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. You're heartbroken lately by the very insufficient communication you're having with people. It's just not coming through. So have dialogues with your higher self. That'll be more satisfying anyway. Until you manifest people from your so-called tribe, people who get you, people where it's not so much work, you just understand each other, it's organic, it's natural. 6 of Wands, the Hanged Man, communication with spirits, yourself. What is going to make you the happiest? Focus on that. Forget the other bullshit. So that's what I have for pile 3, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.